It's Yours Radio, live 97.5, everything Urban Breakfast Club in the morning. Ryan Banks at night. Legends Edition. We have in the building with us Billy Danze of the legendary M.O.P. And we dubbing this M.O.P. Day, bro, because we're going to run through some classic joints, man. And then we're going to get into some new stuff that you got, you know what I mean? Let cats know you're still doing it, you know?
Yeah. I'm doing it on a bigger level, right? I'm doing it what we call, because I see a lot of people go, yo, this Billy Danze is so underrated, M.O.P. is so underrated. It's not underrated, bro. This is what you call above the radar. Because you don't just, you're not underrated if you travel the world 5 times, worked with every huge artist in the business, and still going. You know what I'm saying? So you're definitely not underrated. It's just above the radar, brother, but I'm enjoying it up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of hovering above these cats on my own.
Indeed.
You know,
but listen, because it's been like 30 years y'all been in the game. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's taking it back all the way back, man, to like 92, 93, man. When I first heard you, I was just telling my man, shout out to DJ Cheese. I just was talking about, back in the day when I used to hear M.O.P., I just want to run up and just punch somebody in their face. I mean, that's how I felt, you know. Yeah, well, how about some hardcore? Come on, baby. Come on, man.
That's what music. That's what music does, man. It sets the mode. It sets the temperature. So that's the temperature we were setting at the time. You know what I mean? But we were young boys. We were enjoying the moment, coming fresh off the block. Had nothing else to actually talk about. Those tuitions hadn't gotten paid at the time, and we wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? The cribs weren't bought at the time. You know, so we was continue. I mean, we're always going to be ourselves, but that's exactly where we came from at that time. So we couldn't bring you anything else. And the sad truth is what we brought to the table is something that happens around the world, right? So everybody in all these urban communities, they think that their community is the only urban community. But it's like that everywhere in the world. So, like I said, the sad truth was we got our fan base from where we're from, and meaning that there's a Brownsville everywhere in the world, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the fact that we were able to get this love and support for so long, man, and we're still going. I'm loving this whole thing, man.
Word. Well, let's talk about To The Death. That was your debut album.
Yep.
And the first single off that joint, How About Some Hardcore? Just talk about that. And again, you say y'all just came straight off the block, straight from the street, boom, and then y'all get in the industry. What was that like?
Well, when we were talking about How About Some Hardcore, we're talking about literally, bro, right off the block. Like, I was in the middle of doing something I didn't have any business doing, and Fame walked up on me and asked me to go to the studio. Just like that, in the middle of action. Wow. Yo, come, you say you're going to do a song with me. Yeah, I'll do it. I said, yeah, just let me know when. And he's like, now. I'm like, what do you mean now? He's like, now? I mean, like, now? Is it right now? He's like, yeah, right now. I'm like, man. I'm busy a little bit if you can't see.
Word.
He's like, yo, we got to go there at the studio right now. So I stopped what it was I was into and just went with him to the studio. And the rest is literally history, because I really could have put myself in a bad position had I not went with him. I could have, there's some kids that couldn't have been born. There's some, definitely a M.O.P. as you guys know it. Me and Fame as a group could possibly not have happened. But, by the grace of God, I stopped doing what I was doing, and I went with him to the studio. And we created a song called How About Some Hardcore, which we couldn't even finish because I had never rapped that hard in my life. So my throat was killing me, bro. And so I went home. I listened to this for about a week. It was about a week. I had never been to the studio a day in my life. That was the first time I ever been in a recording studio. And a week later, we had a deal on the table. Man. So God was with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Last week we celebrated Kool Herc's birthday, and we were saying last week, we were saying, like, I got, obviously you just mentioned by the divine grace of God, all this, it was able to take place through God, but he used Kool Herc as a vehicle for hip hop, and it saved a lot of people's lives,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's. I think that's, so to speak, like an understatement, right? Mm-hmm. It really. You could take all the major league sports teams, the big billion-dollar tech companies, the mom and pop shops. You can put them all together, and collectively, they haven't been able to secure as many homes in the urban community as hip hop has. Mm-hmm. So now we're talking about, kids are at, so 50 Cent, Jay-Z, all of the cats from my era, like these are these young men heroes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they seem so grounded that they could touch them. Now, when I was a young boy, even though they were there, we had heroes there, like the artists and the basketball players, but they seemed so far away. Mm-hmm. So it seemed like something that we couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? So why even think about it? But now they have a clear understanding. Like in hip hop, like we have one of ours sitting with the heads of the NFL, Jay-Z. We got 50 Cent, who's got the biggest television shows. We got Dr. Dre, who sold a pair of headphones for $1 billion. Right? These are people from our community, exactly who we are. So this is why hip-hop is amazing and it's growing, and I love the way it's growing. Regardless of how it sounds, it doesn't have to appeal to me, but I like the fact that we have something that is really ours, bro. This really came from the street. I'm talking about a extension cord plugged into a light pole, right? An extension cord plugged into a light pole, and it turned into this, where now we got even the artists that we're not so, we're probably not so happy about. We probably don't like their music so much, but these kids are now able to take care of their families, live in nice homes, have some money, and set up themselves so they can take care of their children in the next generation. This hip-hop is beautiful. Yeah. Look at what it's done for us as a whole. You dig? Mm-hmm.
How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. For the fellas on the corner, posted up 20 deep with your F on your hip, ready to flip. Whenever you empty your clip, dip, grip your sidekick. You got skill. Your best bet is to chill and do yourself a favor. Don't come nowhere near the hell with that bullshit. Word, money, grip, it'll cost ya. Make a reminisce of Frank Nitty, the enforcer. I move with M.O.P's last generation. Straight up and down, it's like you want a conversation. I packs my gat and I got the stay strapped. I bust mine. Don't try to sneak up on me from behind. Don't sleep, I get deep when I creep. I see right now and I got to show you it ain't nothing sweet. Go get your motherfucking hammer and act like you want drama. I send a message to your mama. Hello, did you know you want sunglass? I am licensed to kill and he has been marked with death. He's up the hill in the back of the building with two in the dome. I left him stiff on in the toe. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it rockin' in the ghetto. I used to pack sling shots, but now I'm packing heavy metal. I'm rugged underground freestyling. It's Little Fame, motherfuckers. Slap, Little Mallet. When I let off, it's a burning desire. Niggas increase the peace, cause when I release it, be rapid fire. For the cause, I drop niggas like drawers. Niggas that hit the floors from the motherfucking floors. I'm taking titles when it's felt time. Fuck around, I have niggas calling injury helpline. I bust words and my words I disturb. Even on my first nerve, I put herbs to curves. I ain't about giving niggas a chance, and I still write shit that make my brother wanna get up and dance. Front, I make it a thrill, a kill. Bringing the ruckus, it's the neighborhood hood for the hell, that's real. Me and Mike hustle like niggas and dice. So who will escape, cause I'm putting niggas on ice. Whatever I drop must be rough, rugged and hard more. Yeah! How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? Yeah, we like it raw. Yo, here I am. So what up? Get it on, cocksucker. That nigga Bill seen to be your L black brother. I get stoked from the way I flow, and before I go, you motherfuckers gonna know that I ain't nothing to fuck with. Duck quick. I squeeze when I'm stressed and tough lawns are tear through your vest. I love a bloodbath. Niggas know the half. You can feel a wrath. St. Mark style. BILLYDANCE. NIE. Me, Billy Dancini. Knock knock. Who's there? Lil Fame. Lil Fame who? Lil Fame, you nigga. Boom. Ease up on the trigger. It's alright. Me and Shorty go to gunfights together. We bring the ruckus right. We trump tight. I earn this